Hey, what's going on, everybody? David here, back again with another video. And this morning, I got a delivery that I have been waiting for, that a lot of people have actually been waiting for, and got this morning. Funny enough, it was weird. It was like at 6:15 in the morning, and it is my Switch 2 order, and it came in this Walmart bag. Literally, I have not touched it since it came, because I wanted to do this video and actually, get my actual reaction for the first time. But yeah, so it came in this bag, and I talked to the delivery guy, and he was like, "Yeah, he's like, I'm doing these all morning. I have tons of these in my trunk," which I can believe. This one wasn't easy to get, I will say, and I don't think that I've had that much trouble getting a console in a very, very long time. But yeah, so it's here. I cannot wait to check it out. There we go. Boom. So I ended up going with the Mario Kart World Bundle, just because I was like, well, this bundle itself, from my understanding, it's a limited edition bundle, and once it's gone, it's gone. So I was like, okay, well, I can just get the bundle, and then at any point, because I am, again, physical media true and true. I'll just get the physical copy of the game anytime. I can get it anytime. I have Zelda Breath of the Wild coming as well today. So by the end of this, unboxing part, I will probably already have it, and then I can give my actual overview thoughts of the system itself after some playthrough and things like that, including some playthrough of Legend of Zelda. So love this, super cool. And the shocking part of all this was that yes, it arrived this morning at my door in this bag. Got the system in hand, super excited, super stoked for it. But it also came with some Pringles, which I was very confused at first. But I was like, okay, maybe they were anticipating a lot of people, playing late night, and they decided to give some snacks as a gift. So thank you. And it also came with a soda, which has the name Jenna on it. But okay. But again, thankful for it, I guess. It was very unexpected. I'll just say that. So I'll put that off to the side. And yeah, so got the Switch here in hand. I cannot wait. Like I said, I have not even touched it at all yet, because I was waiting to do this video with you guys, for you guys, and show it off firsthand. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up right here. So I'm really stoked for the Switch 2. I have all the other Switches also, so this one was like I had to have it. This was like a no-brainer for me. But I'm hoping that at some point we do get some limited edition consoles. I'm of course a big Zelda fan, so I would love a Switch 2 Zelda console at some point. There goes the Switch 2 itself with the Joy-Cons. I'm really excited to test out the Joy-Cons and give them a good go through and see how they feel. Really impressed just right off the bat by the screen size of the Switch 2. It's a pretty substantial difference, and I like that. It's very cool. There goes, you can see the reflection of everything. There goes my Zelda collection. You can see there, but love that screen. It's not fully like to the edge. You can kind of see like a little bit of a stoppage point right there. The bezel right there. You kind of see an outline there, but very cool. The back. There goes the. Oh, that's smooth. Okay, because that other hinge that it had before, it had like a little stopping point. This is nice and smooth. Moves really, really good. And it goes, wow, okay. It goes all the way up. So nice. Has some nice angles there. You can put it pretty much almost all the way down, which is very, very cool. All right. Let's pull out these Joy-Cons here. There's a little bit more weight to these Joy-Cons, which I find interesting. I know that there is a mouse function, you know, to it as well, but this is pretty nice. They feel very, very functional. A little bit more durable than the typical Switch Joy-Cons that you would usually use, which is nice. All the buttons feel nice and tight. All right, let's pop. Boom. It just popped right in. So that's pretty cool. So literally just like that. And then push this here and it comes right out. All right, that's pretty neat. And the right one right here. Same. You have all the buttons. They all feel very functional. Very nice and tight here. You have the home button and the capture button. As well, is that the capture button? No, that's the C button that people were talking about. And snaps right in. So that little trigger there pushes that out. Very nice. So again, pretty big in my hand. I mean, I have a pretty big hand, pretty big palm, and it goes about like about like that much. So a little bit bigger, and I probably wouldn't be able to pick it up like that. All right, so let's see what else is in here. So open this up. This one does have the download code for Mario Kart World. Sorry, you just scratch off that little thing there. It's pretty cool. Some info, the typical info that comes with health and safety info, and the proprietary HDMI cord, the Nintendo cord. I have tons of these. All right, and then we have the actual controller grips, which is nice. Let me see if I can put one of these on. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Literally, you just grabbing it right here, make sure the black part is on the outside, and it literally just snaps in. That's pretty neat. And okay, so the black parts are for the gliding across when you're like in mouse mode, I guess, you know? So that's pretty neat. Nice, man. I'm pretty stoked already. I cannot wait to try this system out and see. I'm very, very hyped for the 60 FPS. And also, again, 4K, you know, resolution. I'm really stoked for that as well. So I cannot wait to check it out and report back to you guys what my actual thoughts on it, my honest thoughts. Another USB-C cable. There, I have tons of these too. The typical power brick. Boom. What else we got? All right, the controller grip, the Joy-Con grip. Very cool. Let me pop those on real quick and see. Wow, okay. That actually felt, and you can probably hear it. It's nice. It's a nice grip there. Okay. Very simple to put on. Very cool. And it feels very natural. It doesn't feel super, like your arms don't feel super like out there kind of thing. It feels very natural to hold and grip. I like this. I like this a lot. Right, let me put these back. Here. All right. And last but not least, we have, this is the one thing that I was really stoked about. I'm really happy with the upgrade in this design. We have the dock here for the Nintendo Switch 2. Because the other dock itself just felt very, very basic, very, I don't want to say flimsy. It felt just like it did nothing else but hold the system, which, yes, for all intents and purposes, that's what it's supposed to do. This actually feels like it, and seems like it has a purpose for it, and it's nice to know that it actually does come with a fan inside to cool the system down, because sometimes you're playing for hours, and obviously you need some sort of ventilation, some sort of thing to displace the heat. So that was really cool. I like this design a lot. Very nice. Rounded. Does open up like the typical, Switch dock. There you have your usual HDMI and USB-C right there. And it does have an internal fan. I don't know if you can get a good look at it, but there's an internal fan inside here that will displace some of the heat that comes off of the system. So very, very cool. Again, super excited, super stoked to give this a test run, and I'll be doing that very, very soon. And I'll report back. And like I said, I'll give you guys my honest thoughts on the Switch 2. In docking mode, let's see. It docks pretty good too. It's pretty hefty. I'm not even gonna lie. It's pretty hefty, but very, very cool nonetheless. Yeah, so I cannot wait. Let's see here. The game card slot does come out pretty easily. You have USB-C up there, and power and volume, and then a USB-C at the bottom as well, with the speakers down there as usual. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a test run. I cannot wait. Like I said, I've done enough talking. I'm gonna go give this a test run, and I'll report back with my honest thoughts.
Y'all haters better watch out, 'cause I'm feeling invincible. I got star power. Better get up out my way, 'cause I don't play. I got star power.
Okay, so I'm back after playing the Switch 2 for about a good 7-ish, 8-ish hours. And I wanted to give my overview thoughts, my final thoughts on the Switch 2 and owning a Switch 2 on day one. I've been a Switch user since way back in 2017, the first iteration of the Switch, and I will say, and I've owned every iteration of it up until the Switch 2, and I will say that this is a vast improvement. I absolutely love it. It's very, very impressive. In handheld mode, you have it going at 1080p and 120 frames per second, and then in dock mode, you have 4K 60 frames per second, which is great. It doesn't sound like a lot, but again, I've been a Switch user and owner from day one. So going back to that, and then moving to the Switch 2, definite improvement, big time. if you're a recent owner of a Switch, like within the past couple of years or so, you'll probably, and it's understandable, you'll probably feel like, well, that's not that's not that big of a thing. Or if you have like say a PS5 or you know Xbox and things like that, obviously you're not going to be that impressed. I have all of those systems, but I look at them all individually in with different eyes. Um, and like I said, for Nintendo's on the Nintendo side of things, this is a big improvement. You know, you go back to the original Switch right here, 2017, fantastic, right? Still a great system, and I still use it. My son still uses it a lot. And then you have the Switch Lite, which is a great addition to the family as well. Great for real quick on the go type of stuff. And then you have the OLED, which made the bigger jump, I feel like, with the screen size and everything, and the resolution. This one was awesome as well. Still is. This was like a daily use for me. And then you have the Switch 2, which this is a big boy. It really does feel that much bigger, that much more impressive than say, you know, the OLED right here. You know, the screen size is much needed. It's not like a whole lot bigger, but once you have it in your hands and you're playing a game, it definitely does feel bigger in I guess in that sense, visual wise, the display wise. So that was really cool. Loved we powered up Mario Kart World. I love that game. That game was amazing in dock mode. In handheld mode, I felt like it was almost even more amazing, if that makes any sense. The colors on both ends of it, handheld and in dock mode, were very impressive. It handles HDR, like it throws out the HDR very well. All the colors look very vibrant, very nice and clean. Just man, just I guess you know what proper definition or explanation for it I would give would be rich. The colors look so rich and vibrant. It was fantastic, phenomenal. The biggest impression that I had with it, and the thing that really opened my eyes and made my jaw drop, was playing Zelda Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Those two games, you know, if you don't have the Nintendo Online membership, then they have upgrade packs for both of those games for the Switch 2. If you don't have the Nintendo Online membership, they are $10 each, which is not bad. If you do have the membership, they're free upgrades for both of those games, and I'm curious to see what other games have upgrade packs. But anyway, playing Zelda Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was truly impressive. A very smooth gameplay, man. It was just so amazing and so much fun revisiting, you know, that world again. It had been a bit since I picked up you know, both of those games to play, but man, so much fun. I have not gotten a chance to try out any other games besides those. We popped in Animal Crossing, and I really couldn't tell too much of a difference in that game, but it was still, you know, it's Animal Crossing. Come on. But I'm curious to see what other games out there have upgrade packs. Like I said, so far just those three, but just with those three games that I played in these past, you know, hours, I was thoroughly impressed, and I cannot wait to check out more. Truly, like I said, a vast improvement from the day one Switch to the Switch 2. And if you haven't picked up a Switch at all, like at all, and owned one, definitely this will be one that you're gonna want to just jump on and jump and go all in for the Switch 2, because like I said, very big improvement. The To me, the really biggest one, and it's a small thing, but it's big to me, was the little display thing here, little it gives so much more of an angle to just play. You know, if you're on a plane, that was one of the biggest things that I remember, was being on a plane and having to put my Switch on the actual the tabletop, and feeling like I was having to do this to play properly. Now I can actually angle it where it's almost laying down and play, you know, very comfortably on a plane or on the go, you know, like that. But very fantastic. I am truly, truly impressed with the Switch 2. If I can think of anything else that comes to mind about, you know, what I love, what I don't love about it, I will definitely drop like small videos maybe here and there, or maybe just like an update video on my experience with the Switch 2. Definitely, if you guys are interested. But anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up. If you dug it or found it informative in any way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because I will be coming back with more videos as always. And with all that being said, catch you next time.